just want to develop the Logan's Run scenario that I've been thinking about recently, in which a problem possibly to do with overpopulation is ameliorated by having people bow out at an early age, maybe something like 50. So at the age of 50, our bodies die. We're taken out of the game. But in my version of the Logan's Run scenario, carousel, which is the theme in the film Logan's Run, carousel kind of actually works. And it works not suddenly at age, in that case 30, or at age 50. It works slowly. It's a gradual accumulation. It's a gradual migration away from the world of biology and carbon into the world of technology and silicon, yeah, that's it. So that at a certain point in our lives, which is the one we're already at now, I think, actually, we become more and more engaged with information technology and less involved in the kind of Newtonian technology of the body. So we spend more time in front of computers inputting data, we spend more time interacting online with other folk, we spend more and more time writing up the minutiae of our lives, and more time making choices and having those choices recorded, choices about our spending, our consumption in various different ways, choices of the things we like to look at, things we like to listen to. All of these choices are kind of instantiated by every click of a key, isn't it, really, and a move of a mouse on the keyboard. We're always kind of inscribing ourselves onto the online environment. So I'm imagining in the future that all those choices will somehow be captured, all of that behaviour will be captured and processed into intelligent systems, into expert systems, so that our choices are better able to be predicted. And they're already quite well able. You go on Amazon now, it gives you 4 or 5 other books you might like to be interested in. And the more time you spend on Amazon, the better and more likely those are to actually represent your taste. And even on YouTube, what videos are recommended to you. I mean, okay, some of them are crap, but there's usually a couple on there which you think, oh, it is actually quite representative of things I look at. So the expert system gets better and better able to reproduce you in some way and simulate your kind of choices and your behaviour patterns, and becomes active in doing that, so starts doing it for you. And engaging in conversations kind of on your behalf, which again we kind of do already. It is possible to trigger a system which sends flowers to a loved one every birthday, completely hands off. It remembers your feelings about this person, it remembers what kinds of things you like to give this person, and it does that bit of it for you. So there's already a glimmering of that, but I can imagine that developing again. So as I say, the expert system becomes better and better at reproducing us until we become witnesses in our own lives and eventually fall asleep, don't wake up, but the expert systems continue and do different things. But those could, as I said, rather than it being like Carousel in Logan's Run, where there is this moment on your 30th birthday where you enter this strange room and either make it or don't, in my version of it, it's a much more gradated procedure, and it could start very young indeed. Kids are on keyboards by 3 or 4 now, aren't they? Or video games, or they're using Wii's, or they're using their bodies with that new, whatever it's called, that new controllerless video game thing. So there's lots of interaction already with the virtual realm at a very young age, and some people pick it up much earlier than others. There's always these nerdy kids who don't seem to live in their bodies at all, but who are completely conversant with the online environment. I can imagine in a future scenario in which those people enter the silicon realm earlier than others, and we might think of it as dying younger because their bodies would become a kind of unwanted appendage after a while, which they would just shuffle off and just continue in the online world. So as I say, we might think of it as dying, but it wouldn't really be dying in a newly defined sense. It would be entering the future a little bit earlier than everybody else. And of course there'll be others. There'll be people who are much more in their bodies, people who are much more physical, who enjoy spending a lot of time running around and lifting weights and swimming and doing all those kind of things. And we'll probably want to lie around a bit longer. Guy. My dog here. Go on, guy, in you go. Not wanted on voyage, mate. Yeah, so they could... Come on, guy. So they would stay in the world a bit longer, you know what I mean? But their data would still be captured. They're still doing the shopping, they're still ordering newspapers, they're still reading, you know, making choices about what they read, they're still surfing the web, they're still, all those things, they're still using credit cards, all information is captured. So they're still building up their online profile. The expert system is still able to reproduce them. It would just take a bit longer, and when they're ready, when their body is not as fit as it was, they can again, they can start being the observer of their life and shuffle off this mortal coil in favour of the Tesla coil, or something. Yeah, that'd be quite nice. Yeah, so the geeks would rule the earth, you know what I mean? Geeks would be online first. That'd be fine, I don't mind that. Geeks should be online first. They're good at it.